Hi, my name is Nikita. I'm a birth educator and a birth doula. I have been associated with the Doula Collective from the very beginning, from its inception. I was a part of the first batch, which truly was a leap of faith. I had just given birth myself, and my son was about a year old when it felt like the source was asking me to do the work of supporting women during birth. It was a calling, and I reached out to Divya. I remember very clearly that I said I want to do something and I want to support women during breastfeeding because I couldn't get myself to say that I want to support women as a doula. And she told me that she's launching this training program. So I joined the first batch in 2017. We finished the course in 2018. And the years since have nothing short of being transformative and magical in so many ways. It has not only affected or impacted my professional life, but also so much of my personal life as well, in the sense that this training is not just about how we work with other families. It is also about how we work with our own selves, with our own emotions. It's only when we have worked on ourselves is when we can also step in the birth room and feel equipped that we can work with other women as well, because we all bring so much of our own lives into that birth room. And so what I love about the doula training course is the clarity, the depth of the information. Apart from it, a very supportive environment where uh, we all feel safe to ask questions, where we all feel accepted wherever we are in our journeys. There is no judgment. And because we feel so supported and feel no judgment, we are actually able to transfer that to the women we work with. So clarity, depth, information. And this is not just about how we support births physically and physiologically, but also how we wear different lenses of to work with different women, because they're all coming to this birth with their own life experiences. And just to be able to view that there could be some trauma in their lives that they're also probably processing during this journey, and how do we support women through that. So I love the depth, like I said, and also the fact that this is so trauma informed. It's not just helping us work with traumas of other people, but our own traumas as well in a lot of ways.
My name is Aparna, and I'm based out of Delhi. I'm a lactation consultant and a birth doula. I have been into the practice of birth work and lactation for close to 6 years now. The course that I took at Doula Collective has been truly transformative because I feel that it has given me a true gift of bringing out my own reflections. It has constantly enabled me to question our biases, work on my own triggers, and also assumptions, and has enabled me to work with families from diverse backgrounds. It has made me a much more humble person and a much more humble professional. So the beauty about the course is that it combines a lot of evidence-based knowledge with a lot of deep-rooted cultural practices. And it has really helped. Also, something that my mentors at Doula Collective, being Divya, Neha, and the whole community, has taught me is how to work in a collaborative way. It's about building up the bridges and also working with families in a manner that you are respecting the role of the doctor, you are respecting the role of nurses, and the collective and the community overall encourages you to, work in a very collaborative manner. Now, one thing more that the community has brought to me is the compassion, because we get to hear stories, birth stories, and experience of other professionals. Uh, And these are families who've had their different journeys, their fertility journeys, their losses, their cultural beliefs, their fears. And I think the different programs at the collective, it really helps you build a very deep understanding about all of this. And one thing that has been completely transformative in my journey is that it has made me listen more than to speak more. So, and I think that is a game changer when you're supporting families. I feel I am much more grounded and I use terms which are more inclusive. And I think that reflects truly in my practices. The training does not tell you to put birth in a box, it teaches you to meet people where they are. So I would say for anyone who thinks that birth work is their calling, this is what it is.
Hi, I'm Shabri Zog. I work as a birth doula, childbirth educator, and a lactation consultant in Pune. Before joining the Doula Collective training, I was already working as a birth doula. So, what I liked about the trainings was the continuous education because we can go back to the Graphy platform. We can access so many resources over there. We can go back to the sessions which we have attended, and we can attend the next batch as well. So when you know that you have this knowledge with you, which is there somewhere, you can go back to it. You feel more confident. I feel whenever you are going for a birth or you are working in that field. And of course, what I liked about this program is, of course, our mentor Divya, because sometimes mentors are very strict and they are very structured. But Divya is not like that. Divya is very fun, and at the same time, she is very warm as well. And of course, she's a powerhouse of knowledge, and not only in the doula work, but in so many dimensions of understanding life and perspective. And that layered mentorship actually shapes you beyond just the skill building, is what I feel. Uh, Before doing the trainings, when I was working with the families, I was looking at it as my passion. I always felt that, yes, whatever the mother wants, this is how the birth plan is, this is how it should go. But the reality is that we are working in a system. And there we all of us know that there can be sometimes challenges as well, and the birth plan doesn't go the way actually the mothers or the families plan it. So uh, the trainings have helped me to understand this, and how to work with the professionals as well, and how to have a collaboration with them, because when we respect each professional's role, we can actually have a collaboration. And now when I look at births, when I talk to the mothers, I observe them differently, I respond to them differently. So that is what has changed. Also, I want to talk about the third seminar, which is the trauma informed care, because trauma is a word which we use very casually. But once we understand that it is so much, like it is so much of deep rooted, we understand once we become trauma aware, of course, like the others also said, it helps us to heal our traumas, but at the same time, it helps us to understand and respond in a way that which the which is very from a space of trauma informed care is what I feel. Also, there are so many activities in the seminars which I had never learned, and that also helps me to hold space for the mothers during the birth and during the prenatal sessions as well. So yeah, that is what I like about the Doula Collective, and of course all the Doula sisters as well. Thank you.
I'm Divya Ramesh. I'm based in Chennai. And before even I joined the Doula Collective, I was a childbirth educator. So I came from this view that I needed to learn more to be able to support my moms more throughout the journey and not just prenatally. So as I joined the Doula Collective, I learned that it's not a course, but it is an experience, because the learning is not only through the material that is there, but the rich part of the learning happens through interactions, through learning from doulas who are much more experienced than you. And also, each one comes with a different perspective, adds a layer to the content, and that is where the richness of the course lies. So, I also like the way it's structured, where weekly we are open up to new information, but then we also have the time to really think about it, assimilate, internalize this information, and come back with what we think about it. So that makes the discussions really rich. And also, it's expanded my idea of support. So for me, support was doing some action or giving some information. But now I know support can also be just listening or just witnessing what is unfolding. And that is also support. So it's given me this broader definition of support, and it's changed the way in which I look at how I can support the mother. Also, the power of sisterhood is something that is really, really powerful, because every time now I walk into a birth room, I feel that I'm not walking into it alone, but I'm walking into it with my entire community behind me, where I know they are just a phone call or a message away, and I can always go back to them with whatever I'm facing, or even just to share or just for a pep talk at times. Because doula work sometimes can be isolating, where you feel you're still explaining to people about what you're doing, you're still explaining to doctors, and not everyone is as welcoming. So having this community really, really changes the way in which we work. So that's been like the most valuable part of the course.
Hi, I'm Laura. I have just started last year, so in 2025, the batch for the seminar 1. So I'm a very new trainee. And for me, it's a very big change of career, because I've never ever done any work towards birth before. I'm an entrepreneur in textile. But I was really amazed by the training I started with the Doula Collective. And I never thought I would learn so much in so less time already. I'm just in the middle of the seminar 2 now, and the power of whatever Divya and Mira have taught is already so strong, and already so much inside all this knowledge. I knew about doula before a little, because of a friend who had experienced birth, but what I've learned from this training is much, much more. And the first thing that we've learned really touched me a lot. One of the main and the most important skill of a doula, I believe, is the power of listening. And this has really taught me a lot. The power of listening, of finding ways to communicate and help families, no matter the situation is. That's really strong learning from the seminar 1. Of course, we have also anatomy, which was really important to also understand women, understand baby, understand how births are taking place. And we leave the seminar 1 with so many tools in our bag to help mothers and fathers also to get less tension, to ease their pain, to feel emotionally more released. And that's really like I feel with all this knowledge and all these tools, I really feel more ready to start helping mothers and families in that sense. Of course, nothing would be the same without the power of the community, and that's the very strong part of the Doula Collective. I got the chance to experience it during the last retreat, which happen every year, and that was a game changing, I think, really, because it has really been an immense moment of sisterhood. And that was really, mind blowing to also understand that me as a very beginner, I could have felt that I don't have a say so much, or I have to just listen to others, which was not at all the case. Nobody is judging. There were so many already experienced doula, and you just feel support all the time. And I'm very happy to start in that way, because that's the most important thing, I guess, is to feel supported in order to support better women, mothers and fathers. So I'm really happy with this first and second seminar, and more to come. Also the knowing that I can come back anytime is really helping, and helping me to feel comfortable that way. Like, even if the first year I feel I need more knowledge, I can always come back, and that's really, really helping to feel confident.
Wow, thank you so much, everyone. I'm almost feeling emotional and a bit overwhelmed, because all of you spoke from your heart, and everything that you said is what makes Doula Collective what it is. It is not, we all know how awesome Divya is, but Divya is one part of Doula Collective. Each of us are as much a part of it. And so it's so nice to hear back that you feel this way. And it's so nice to hear that this Doula Collective is not just about Divya or me helping her. It is all of you stepping into that role of holding the community. That is what I think is the real beauty and power of this space. So,
For a moment, I thought that if I had done one thing right, then probably this is it, because the core values through with every conversation that was here, which was, I'm really grateful to everybody for that.
One common theme that came across from all of our responses was how the collective truly feels like a collective. You know, how it's bringing us all together. I think all of us spoke of the community, the support that we have, from the back end, no matter what we do. And to be honest, Neha, like, now that I hear others who are, a lot of other birth workers or other doulas who have done it from different places, they always tell me that once the course is done, there are no such meetings that happen. So I think this is where our true power comes from. It's not that you have just given us a certification. And in fact, I would say probably Divya was the last one to give us the certificates. It was never about the certification. It was always about getting these values right. And Divya would always say that it's one of the very first few interactions in my first classes with her. And I would say, I don't know where do I place my moral compass. She said, your heart will tell you what not to do. What you have to do, you will get guided. But what not to do is very important to know. So that's really been my guiding principle.
Yeah, the words ring in the ears when we have to make decisions.
Yeah.
I think another common thread was the ability of the course to push us to do self work, to push us to introspect and really reflect on where our beliefs are coming from, or what triggers us, what our sensitivities are, and how that comes up in conversations we have with others. And therefore, by the end of the course, you feel like um, you have changed. There's a transformation, and you being a doula is just a part of you now.
yeah, each of us
Who you
are
are.
unique, and our own life journeys that have brought us to this place where we are called to this work. And so the training is not to teach you. The training and the community are there to stand by your side in this journey. I think that is a really important thing. You already are here. The fact that you're choosing, something is pulling you to do this work itself, that is the more important thing. And then because you need some confidence to be able to do this, you have the training and you have the community. It's not about the training. It is really about you and how you want to do this and what kind of a doula you want to be, and what kind of families you want to work with. This is your journey. We are not here to templatize doula work. We are here to offer a space for doulas to feel more supported, feel more confident, and do what it is that they need to do.